1-800-FOOD-RUT, helping you with your food stuff. 1-800-FOOD-RUT.
Welcome back to 1-800-FOOD-RUT. I'm your host, Asia, and I'm here to help you with your food stuff. But in this episode, I'm here to help you with your craft stuff. So it's the top of the year, a lot of goals, a lot of plans being made, and some of those include food, i.e. I'm going to try these new restaurants, I'm going to make me some new recipes, and all that good stuff. One thing that I did notice is when you are making goals, when you are making plans, and you want to achieve them, having a system and something that will incentivize you in place actually helps you out with that. So with that being said, on this episode, I'm going to show you how to make a food journal or a foodie journal to help you to reach more of that goal, complete more of those plans, not necessarily all of them, but just increase the amount that you've done. So by the end of the year, you can look back, look over your foodie journal, see what experiences you had at these different restaurants, these recipes that you've made, and all that good stuff. So let's get into what you're gonna need and all of that. So while we are making this journal for ourselves, you can also choose to make this for someone else, your foodie friend. If there's a holiday that's coming up, a birthday that's coming up, or any other achievement where gifts are being given, you know what? Think about adding this to the gift, because it's like, you love your food. So how about you document it? So that is where we're getting into making us a foodie journal. So I was like, you know what? I definitely know that I'm going to try new restaurants, and I definitely know there's some recipes that I want to try. But again, I need a tool in place to help incentivize me as well as keep me on track. So I was like, I'm going to take two things that I love, which is food, as well as documenting my life via a journal. So in 2016, it's that big craze on YouTube, not even just YouTube, just that big craze of bullet journaling. So I was like, okay, I like the aspects of this, but I know I'm not going to be a daily journaler because that's just not me, and I'm still not there. I started in 2018, but I was like, I'm gonna just take some aspects and make it work for me. And one of the things that I really, really love was always the cover page. And I got some examples right here. I always loved the cover page. Like, that was like one thing, because I love to do a little drawing or something like that. So first, I just started off with stuff that I love and all that good stuff. And then I was like, you know what, let me just kind of keep it a theme. And so then I was like, ooh, Hawaii. Then I was like, you know what, let me make something else to make it look a little 3D. And that's how we got here. And I love a balloon. And I said, I worked hard on these little flat balloons. So that's what we're going to see. So that's what I'm going to show you. We're going to make us a cover page. And then I'm going to tell you some things that I'm going to have inside of mine, how I'm going to set it up, and all that good stuff to incentivize me. Also, I did something similar like this last year on my TikTok of the same name, 1-800-FOOD-RUT. I made summer badges a la the Scouts, Boy, Girl Scouts. So as you earn an achievement, you get yourself a badge. Yeah, so that video is still up. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna kind of take a few of those things. You're not necessarily earning a badge, but just making it cute for what it is. So I told you I was gonna tell you, I was supposed to say these are the ingredients. I told you I was gonna tell you what you're gonna need. So you're gonna need some type of paper. Plain paper, or you get you some colorful paper. Live your life, do your thing. A pencil, something to add color pencils, crayons, markers, all that good stuff, stickers. Paper, if you're gonna do what I'm gonna do. Tablet, because I can't draw, but I know how to trace real good. So something like that, some tape to make things stick, a ruler or something that has a straight edge, and some scissors to cut some stuff out. So now what I'm about to tell you is kind of like what I'm going to do for my cover page, and then we're going to get into like what I'm going to put inside of the journal. So I'll see you in a second. All right, so I got my little eye pen, because like I told you, I'm pretty sure I could teach myself how to draw, but I can trace really well. So that's what I'm gonna do. So like I said, I like Hawaii things, so I'm just searching Hawaii foods. This one is cute. So basically I just found one that I like. Hopefully you can see this. I don't know, I may put something in it so you can see it. And then I just take a screenshot. Oh, it has a little dumpling. I'm definitely taking a screenshot of this one. So yeah. And even though, girl, why am I acting like I don't know how to use an iPad? Clearly I don't. And even if you don't use this for food, like, use it for something else. You know what I'm saying? We just left the gathering holiday, which is Valentine's Day or Valentine's Day. But you'll need a holiday to gather with your people. Get your people together and be like, come on, y'all, let's come and let's make us a foodie journal, or a journal for something else. Let's say y'all into movies, make a movie journal, or just whatever physical activities that y'all want to get into. Like, let's do this. this. Let's make this journal. Let's say you're into fitness and you're like, okay, I want to try these different classes. Make a fitness journal about the classes that you went into and all that good stuff. But I'm trying to find me some more that I like, because that one did have a lot of pictures on there. So I just want cute stuff, but also you can make it very themed if you wanted to. You like, okay, these are the cuisines that I want to try, so let me get pictures that go with that and all that good stuff. But I'm not going that deep in the street. I just want something cute to be like, oh, let me just make sure. Like, how cute it is. Really, that's about it. But anyway, like I said, you could use it for other things. But once you figure out whatever little pictures that you want, I'm going to use some very thin paper, but you can also use this to trace too. I'm going to use that, cut that out, or you can just trace over there. We're going to get into what we're going to actually have in our journal or journal prompts. So I'll see you when we get to that. All right. So we're here. Look at my little pieces of fruits. Look at my little foods. You cannot see that little thing. Anywho, so here we are, right? So you're gonna take your paper. I'm gonna start with this one, and then I'll use this one for the inside. And then you can choose how you want your, what is it called? Orientation of your paper, whether you want it portrait, which will be long ways, up and down, or north and south, or landscape, which will be widthwise, east and west, or west and east. I'm gonna go that way. Anywho, so we're just gonna figure out where you're gonna place your lovely little bits. I'm kind of going with the vibe of what I do for my journal. I usually put all my stuff over here and then put like the month and the year, but of course I'm just gonna have the year. But I might do this because I'm kind of feeling this. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna write Foodie Journal at the top, and then probably put 2026. Like, let me put these down here first, okay? And so yeah, we're gonna figure out all of that, and then I hate this tape. I hate this tape. It sucks. Where did I even get this tape from? I think I got it from Wally's World, and it sucks. Anywho, but yeah. So I'm going to show you all the things you're going to add to it. But I'm going to just take mine like this to give it a little 3D vibe. Ew, my tape is going to be showing right there. Oh no, I got to make that smaller because I can't have that. I don't want my tape showing. My little donut, it kind of looked like an egg. Anyway, we'll be back with the prompts that we're going to have in our journal. So I got my sheets of paper. I'm going to tear them in half. So that'll start me off with 10. You know what I'm saying? You got your little 10 sheets. Obviously, you can add more. But essentially, I'm just going to fold it. Make myself a good little crease. Now, I don't like cutting things. I actually have a cutter, but I didn't feel like bringing that out. But this is how I cut things. Because again, something about me and cutting things in straight lines just don't go. But you just press it down and make sure you keep the pressure so that you can use a straight edge. So you're just basically going to use the straight edge of anything. And boom, there you go. So, now that we got that out the way, let's talk about the meat and potatoes of all of this, which is what are going to be your journal prompts so that you can use this. Because while it's looking cute, it needs to do more than just that, okay? We're not taking our time for just cute things, even though I love something cute. So I got my questions over here. It's the teacher in me, got to be prepared. And I'm going to have these questions down below as well. So, you know, you can just quickly refer to it without having to watch the whole video. You know what I'm saying? Because this is about being used. Anywho, so again, this is about the idea of you creating a journal for the restaurants you want to try, as well as the recipes that you want to try. So these are some of my questions that I had. And what I also say is like plan out how you want it to look. Definitely, which is what I'm going to do on this sheet, is like, okay, how do I want this to set up? So I'll know what I want, how I want the layout, and then get to doing it here, right? And then also if you do it one time, copy, you know what I'm saying? You got to go copy of all 3 in 1, use that. Copy one and make the other ones, but obviously I'm about to sit here and do all of them by hand. neither here nor there. Anywho, so the basic pieces of information. Of course, you're going to have the name of the restaurant, the date you went, cuisine type if you want to get into all of that, and then what you order. Then you're going to do your 10-word review or less. You know what I'm saying? We're going to just come in out the gate, give it that review, and be like, all right, this is what it was. But you can only use 10 words. So that's going to force you to really reflect and think about what you're doing. What was the experience about? Now, that's just the first one. All these other ones, you can put them in whatever order you want. Next I have is, what were you looking to get out of this meal? What were you looking forward to, or what were you expecting? Of course, it's the meal, but were you looking for a certain taste, for a texture, atmosphere, all that good stuff? And also remember, think about this as a recipe too, right? Because atmosphere really won't be involved if you're making a recipe at home. So just, what were you looking forward to in this meal, or what were you looking forward to in this experience? So that's that one. Next one, what surprised you? I love what surprised me, because I have an expectation, and if that's going to be met or not going to be met. But in experience, I'm also going to have something that I was like, oh, I didn't think that was going to happen. So this is something that surprised me. So having that question. Next up, were your needs met? But instead of you writing it down using good old words, I'm going to do emojis. Emojis only. I can't remember the other one, what was called before emojis came. Use that one too. So I'm going to be drawing my little emojis to be like, did those needs get met or not? Then moving on to where you can really get into it. The for me or not for me, and why. And just like it says, was this for you? Was this not for you? And you basically explain why. I kind of want to do the questions a little different, because you know the expectation is going to be like, oh, it's going to be these type of questions. But our brain needs a little stimulus. So sometimes you got to like, let me switch up the wording to get you into the vibe, into the experience with me, right? So we got that one. Next up is, I'd go back to try this dish with such and such, or I try this dish with such and such. Again, so just kind of like would you go back, who would you prefer to, type of deal. But instead of saying that, it's like, you know what, I would go back and I want to try this dish, whether the one you already had and I want to try it with this person, or something else and I want to try it with this person, whatever it may be. Or they might want to try this, so I want to go there with them, right? Then, because I love about building community, I'm going to think of the classic one, like, who would I refer this to? You know, I'm like, who I think would be enjoying, who do I think would enjoy this particular restaurant? So again, I'm checking to make sure I don't have no more questions. No, that's what I have. And then if you want to give it a little ranking system, because I'm a numbers girl, but I just want to make this quick. I love words over numbers, but I love them both dearly. So I'm not going to do no like ranking system, but shout out to you if you do. And then once you have all of this done, think about you've done it. It's the end of the year. You can have your nice little reward ceremony, right? Have a ceremony. Think about if you're doing this with somebody like a family member, friend, boo thing, whatever the case may be. But like, yeah, let's make us a foodie journal. And then at the end of the year, we can give our awards out of like, who was the best, who was the worst, who was the like, y'all need to pack it up. Because why did you even try? Okay? So I'm going to come back at the end so you can see it all together. And then we're going to end this out. Okay?
You worked hard together because they are family. And you might not be able to be who they want you to be, but at least they can't say no to your money, right?
All right. And we're done. We're done. Okay? Here it is, our nice lovely journal. I decided to go this way. Oh, I need you to stand up. I decided to go this way because, like I said, I love a word. So, you know. But also, if this is too much, you can always just write on the back. Did I do the other pages? Of course not. I'm going to do them on a different day. Hello. Anywho, that's what we have. So, yeah. Add it to your crafts for all of the things you plan on doing this year. Of course, as I said, it's about being a foodie and trying food and making recipes, but switch it up and make something else if you want to. Because I think it's very important that you document your life, go back, be able to reflect and be like, or however it goes, or just like, oh, okay. But anywho, until next time, bye.